Join us as we get to step on the Walt Disney Theater stage on the brand new Disney Destiny, as we get to go the distance and take a look behind the scenes of Disney Hercules, the brand new show on Disney Destiny.
But then you watch Hercules, it's fresh, it's contemporary, like, you know, soulfulness of gospel. Then you think you're at a pop concert. The choreography is off the chain, so modern.
I think the thing that shocked me is like, this is not a retelling. This is an adaptation.
100%.
I think the thing that impressed me the most, like, there's a lot of bold choices in that show.
Bold, yeah.
That I think really worked. It's like there's some things like at the beginning of the show I'm like, is this gonna like work? And then as the show went along, I was like, you know, it's working.
And you know, we knew it. And DLE, you know, they made some, even from the show directors, they brought in Kevin and Marcel Wilson. You know, they're from they're very hip and very contemporary, right? And so even the selection, it started there. We knew we were going to get something different intentionally. And I just love it. We go from there to Frozen, to Seize the Adventure on the first night, which is a quintessential Disney show. So I think, you know, with this kind of a lineup, the goal is to reach everybody. And that everybody, and I think, you know, those teams that are sometimes, you know, it's tricky. I've got 4 of them, so I know. I think they're going to enjoy that contemporary feeling of the show as well.
I brought my daughter on the ship, and she's 9, and she loves.
Oh, she's 9. She loves theatre. That's so
introducing
good.
her to it, getting her used to
it.
So.
That's the thing. Most of our guests, this will be the first time they're exposed to theatre. And so if we can spark something in them that they want to go local theatre or maybe Broadway, but like, what a privilege to bring theatre to the masses.
Talk about the tech and design of these amazing puppets.
Yeah, sure. So we're standing here with the Hydras. The Hydras, it's their Hercules' first big battle sequence where he's really needing to prove his worth and prove that he is a hero. So the Hydras are really important in terms of our storytelling and when they show up in the show. So these guys are, they weigh about 22 pounds, which, you know, if you were to show up at the airport and your bag weighed 22 pounds, you'd be like blown away. The fact that these are this huge and only weigh, So we made them out of carbon fiber. It's a very, very thin layup of carbon fiber and a little bit of mini cell foam to protect certain areas, lips and noses, things like that. And they're all built around a backpack system. So one of our big concerns and when we're designing is performer safety. So we wanted to make sure that with this backpack design, it allows us to distribute the weight around the performer's body, and it's not, you know, in one place. So the other interesting thing about being able to build around a backpack like this is it allows your entire body to get into the performance, and it creates a much more dynamic performance as well. So, you know, this particular puppet and all 5 of our Hydras are designed to do something a little differently. This particular Hydra is what I call a fighter, so he's designed just to do battle with Hercules. So he has the ability to go up 9 feet and then come down to where he's sitting right now. So he can raise up and come down. Of course, his mouth moves. He's got some really great head movement. And then, of course, this is what I call our stunt Hydra, and this is the Hydra that ends up eating Hercules. So, all of these guys were designed around one thing initially, and that is we've got to eat Hercules. How do we fit a human being inside of a Hydra's mouth with also a puppeteer being in there? Exactly. So they're all designed to do something specifically. Some of them are designed just to have their head slice off and then they regenerate and the head comes back. So we have some that do that as well. So that was the big challenge, I'd say, is how do we eat Hercules? And then everything else fell into place after that.
What was it like to bring this character to life? I'm sure you've had that question, but in a way that no one's ever seen before.
Yeah, sure. I think that this sort of like fresh, as you said, adaptation, this sort of retelling of the story it's great for a Disney Cruise Line audience. I think it's elevating what shows that they have here that are already incredible. I mean, everything across the fleet, you see each new show that's brought on the ship brings something new technology, new interpretations, and I think that the audiences really appreciate it. You know, it's something that feels very familiar, but then at the same time is completely new. And so, being given the opportunity to sort of create my own version of this character has been extremely fulfilling. I loved that the creative team were open to interpretations and different approaches, and I hope the audiences feel that and enjoy it.
Is there a little moment in your performance in the show that is maybe something you hope audiences may, not everyone may notice, but someone who's really paying attention might notice?
I'm trying to think throughout the show. Just sort of like little isms, little gestures, I think, that you really kind of like would have to catch that maybe are a nod to the source material. There was one last night that I discovered. Did you see the show yesterday?
Yeah.
So what's been really fun about being a part of a new build is that the discoveries that are occurring have never happened before. You know, being the first person to play it, it's been really great to not, the only source material I have is the cartoon. And so, you know, that's a cartoon, and so I'm a human being. And so last night I was standing there and I saw Meg, you know, she has this pose that she does.
Yeah.
And I never really caught on that, like, you know, what if I just mock that pose of hers as she's like trying to, you know, give like sass.
I
and
remember
attitude.
it.
Yeah, and that was the first time I ever did that. I was like, well, that's fun.
Yeah.
So having the opportunity to discover and explore things in the moment has been really, really fulfilling. I'm grateful to have the opportunity to do that.
Because it's different when you've been rehearsing. Now
Sure.
now you're finally having live audience, full-blown live audiences.
100%.
Is it? It's. I guess it must be interesting as an actor to see what's landing.
Sure.
What you thought was going to land, and then what's not landing that you thought maybe that was. I thought that was going to work really well.
That's just live theater
Yeah.
in general. No matter what the show, you're always going to make discoveries as soon as you put people in the seats. Because for 4 months we had the same people. You know, the creative team is wonderful, but they get tired of laughing at the same jokes. And so, yeah, it's really amazing when you finally do have reactions. There were reactions in places over just like the past couple cruises that I never expected to hear any reaction. Perfect example is when Hercules comes, I mean, spoiler alert, when Hercules comes back up with Meg, the audience will start to applaud right there. And I still have, you know, a couple lines to say, and I'm just like, you hear that, you don't expect it, but it's also kind of amazing because I'm like, yeah, absolutely cheer for him there. So yeah, it is. Every single night brings something new, and that's what I love about theater is that, you know, it's always unexpected, but always fulfilling.
See, Hercules, we're standing on the stage. We're on the Walt Disney Theater stage right now.
We didn't record our reaction last night, so we're getting some behind-the-scenes stuff, interviews today. So
I think this is cooler.
This is way cooler.
Us talking about Hercules right on the stage.
Way cooler of a backdrop being right here on the stage.
First 10 minutes of the show, some people are going to be like, what is this? Because it is truly an adaptation. This is not a straight retelling of Hercules. This is something that's been fully created for the stage in a way you're not expecting, I think.
That was me, because when it started off, I was like, it doesn't start off bad. It just starts off very different.
It's very different.
And you got to give it a chance. You got to let it warm up and get in, because it ends on, I don't want to talk about the end yet, but it's worth the wait.
No, it's
through the beginning.
It's they make some bold choices in this show, and as the show goes, like I said, our first 5-10 minutes we're like, okay, and then as the show goes on, you're like, oh, okay, I get it.
And then by the end, you're
Hercules.
Like, you're in it.
every show stopping moment from the movie is in this in a brand new way. There is one new song, I believe, "Shooting Star," that was originally made for the created for the movie, got cut. and it actually works very well in this show, which has always been the interesting thing over the years with the Disney on Broadway and some of the other shows of how they've incorporated songs that got cut from the movie.
Stuff that kind of fell through the holes.
But it works great on the stage.
Yep.
So the staging, speaking of stage, the set design, the costumes, the lighting are maybe the best thing I have ever seen Disney ever do on a stage.
There were several moments during the stage, all the raising platforms that they integrated in the stage. We're standing on the stage right now, and there's so many platforms, and this whole thing is a technological marvel, and all the things Disney does, every new Broadway show they come out with, whether it's on the ship, the projection mapping, Disney really, really utilizes all these new technologies in so many great ways.
So an amazing show.
Yeah, do not miss it.
Do not miss it. It is much like everyone we know have seen the Moana show or The Treasure. Do not miss it. Do not miss it. You will regret it if you miss it. Amazing show. Amazing cast. Always.
Speaking of the cast, I love how they made Pegasus. The guy that did Pegasus is like a break dancer, which is amazing. Little spoiler tidbit there. But yeah, great show. Do not miss it here on the Disney Destiny, Disney's Hercules.